This partnership that we've started with Ford, I think we were both separately having the same conversations in our company about what do we do about creating appreciation for these undervalued skilled trades and technical workers in America. How do we try to find ways to make access for people to get involved in the skilled trades and consider it as a career? So we were doing a campaign last year called Made Possible, and we said, we really want to showcase what it is that these people are doing and maybe inspire some younger people to consider joining the trades or consider it as a career. At the same time, Jim Farley and Ford were holding the Accelerate conference, talking about the essential economy, really the challenge that we have of this shortage of skilled trades. 1 million jobs unfilled right now, 2 million by 2030. So as we started to have conversations together, knowing that, scale and, being able to move things forward with like-minded companies, that there was a really strong intersection here. When you think about Carhartt and Ford, we've been on the same job site together for each of us for over 100 years.
Yeah.
So creating this partnership together where we can focus on workforce development, where we can focus on community building, and of course we have to focus on continuing to make durable products for the consumer that we serve. So we said, let's join forces and see how we can make this happen. And not just create awareness, but actually try to figure out how do we put together focus on training, on funding, on equipment, actually
so
create some
training and
tactics.
Funding and gear. I was going to ask, what are the biggest barriers to a young person who sees this as a career opportunity for life, wanting to get involved in some of these skilled trades?
I think that is. Training is a big piece of it. Like, how do we show people the path to actually getting credentialed? I know Ford has, in particular right now, is focused on their auto technicians and the shortage that they have there. So we've joined with them in trying to help out the scholars that are in those programs, get them the training, provide them some funding and transportation even to get to classes. And then also Carhartt's providing the gear for them when they graduate to really feel good and take pride in the work that they're doing.
And we've spoken on this program with Mary Culler from Ford Philanthropy, and I know she works closely with you on this. Tell us about the tool bank, because one of the things young people on the job often need to bring to work with them, and not all the Wall Street people watching us know that, is their own tools, which can be tremendously expensive.
Yeah, incredibly expensive. And so we, Ford and Carhartt, have partnered with Tool Bank USA. They have locations in several parts of the country, several cities, but there wasn't one in Detroit. And we wanted to bring Tool Bank here. Our own teammates at Carhartt and Ford are actually helping to stock the shelves right now as we set up the tool bank, but they'll be providing really professional level tools and training to whether it be community organizations that are doing work in the city or potentially young people that want to get trained on how to use some of these tools and maybe be inspired to have a career in the trades. So we're bringing Tool Bank here, and we'll be able to really, that's part of our community building that we're doing together.
How's the business doing at Carhartt? Because you are a family-owned business in workwear, but it's also become, or it maybe seen a resurgence in terms of fashionability, right? People want to wear a chore coat. People want to wear a trucker coat. And the duck canvas that you make is obviously so famous for these things.
Well, the business is doing very well. And, we are really a workwear company, and that's how we started. Our founder actually talks about, way back in the late 1800s, talks about our consumers as being world builders. So that's a pretty big calling for us to be able to take care of today's world builders, who are the people that work in the skilled trades and are actually building America and the roads. So that's where our focus is. Everything that we make is work worthy. And we know that other people wear the brand and are attracted to the brand, hopefully because of the authenticity of the brand and the fact that we celebrate hard work, because I think that's something that everybody in America can rally around.
You are also not just working with Ford on the philanthropic effort, but you're building a product with them, right? So far, we've only seen the wheel, but you have an F-250 work truck. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we are very excited.
When do we see the whole
honored.
thing?
I don't know a specific date other than I have been told this spring. So we are really excited for that reveal and that partnership because, again, one of the most important tools a worker has on the job is their truck. And so to have, you know, a Carhartt and Ford truck built together is pretty amazing. And you'll see some of those Carhartt design cues in the interior of the truck. Our designers worked on it with the Ford designers, and so we're really excited for that reveal.